Millions of cigarettes are made every single day, but almost no one has seen how. This is what really happens inside the factory, step by step. Let's go inside the factory and watch the whole process. Tobacco cultivation begins months before a single leaf is cured, with soil composition and row spacing engineered for maximum leaf yield. Each seedling is spaced precisely so mature plants receive even sunlight and airflow, reducing disease and improving leaf uniformity. Tobacco plants reach full maturity in roughly 3 months, with topping, removing the flower, redirecting nutrients into thicker, richer leaves. Skilled harvesters can identify leaf ripeness by color and texture alone, picking only leaves that have reached peak sugar content for curing. Bundling protects delicate leaves from bruising during transport, preserving the leaf surface needed for even curing. Traditional barn curing can take up to a week, slowly converting starches in the leaf into sugars that give tobacco its characteristic aroma. Flue curing uses indirect heat to lock in sugar content, producing the bright golden orange leaf prized in many cigarette blends. Compressing cured leaf into bales reduces volume for transport while protecting the delicate leaf from moisture and pests. Large-scale cigarette factories can process hundreds of tons of raw leaf tobacco every single day during peak season. Efficient dock unloading systems can clear a fully loaded truck of raw tobacco bales in under 10 minutes. Automated conveyor scanning logs each bale's origin and grade, allowing the factory to trace every batch back to its source farm. Tobacco bales are often aged in controlled storage for months before processing, allowing flavor compounds to mellow and develop. Careful batch sequencing at this stage ensures different tobacco grades and origins can later be blended in exact proportions. Bale opening machines can process several tons of compressed tobacco per hour, the first mechanical step in transforming raw leaf into usable blend material. Even spreading at this stage is critical, ensuring every leaf receives consistent treatment in the cleaning and threshing steps ahead. Vibration screening removes nearly all foreign matter from harvested leaf before it ever reaches the cutting and blending stages. Threshing separates the flavorful lamina from the woody stem, the two materials following entirely different paths through the factory. Nothing in the leaf goes to waste. Separated stems are later reprocessed into reconstituted sheet rather than discarded. Steam conditioning restores moisture lost during curing and storage, making the leaf supple enough to withstand the cutting process without crumbling. Casing application under vacuum pressure allows flavor compounds to penetrate evenly through every leaf rather than sitting only on the surface. Precise strand width directly affects burn rate, with finer cuts producing a different smoking characteristic than coarser shreds. Controlled drying reduces moisture to the precise level required for consistent burning, a balance refined over decades of tobacco engineering. Cooling stabilizes the cut tobacco structure and flavor before it moves on to blending, locking in the work of the drying stage. A finished cigarette blend can combine several distinct tobacco types, each contributing different sweetness, strength, and aroma characteristics. Flavor application at this stage is calibrated to coat strands evenly without oversaturating them, preserving the tobacco's natural character. CO2 expansion increases tobacco volume without adding weight, a technique that also softens the smoke's overall intensity. Reconstituting stems into a thin press sheet and shredding it allows the factory to use nearly all of the harvested plant rather than discarding stem material. Final blend silos allow the factory to hold a consistent recipe in reserve, smoothing out supply variations from earlier in the process. The journey from raw leaf to finished blend can take days, but the blend is now ready to be transformed into the cigarette rod itself. Cellulose acetate tow is the soft, fibrous material at the heart of every cigarette filter, engineered to trap particulates while allowing airflow. Forming funnels compress loose fiber into a precise, uniform diameter that will determine the draw resistance of the finished filter. Plasticizer bonding gives the filter its firmness, ensuring it holds its shape through the rolling and cutting stages ahead. Filter rods are produced in continuous lengths far longer than any single cigarette, later cut down into precise, short segments. High-speed cutters can slice thousands of uniform filter segments per minute, each one matched precisely to the final cigarette specification. Bulk filter storage allows the cigarette-making machines downstream to draw a constant, uninterrupted supply without slowing production. A single giant paper reel can supply a high-speed making machine for hours of continuous, uninterrupted production. Precise tobacco metering at this stage determines the exact weight of every single cigarette produced down the line. The making machine forms the tobacco rod and wraps it in paper in a single continuous motion, happening many times per second. A precise, consistent glue seam prevents the paper from unraveling and ensures an even burn along the entire length of the cigarette. The garniture belt is named for the French term for finishing touches, applying the final pressure that locks the cigarette's paper shell in place. Modern high-speed knives can perform thousands of precise cuts per minute, a level of mechanical accuracy unimaginable in early tobacco production. The tipping paper not only joins filter to tobacco, but also carries the cigarette's final printed band design seen by the consumer. A strong filter to rod bond is essential, ensuring the filter stays securely attached through packing, shipping, and everyday handling. Splitting a double-length rod through its filter center is a uniquely efficient technique that doubles output from every forming cycle. A single modern high-speed making machine can produce well over 10,000 finished cigarettes every single minute. Perfect row alignment at this stage is essential, allowing the next packing machines to grab exact groups of sticks with mechanical precision. Grouping cigarettes into bundles of 20 is an industry-standard format that has remained consistent across most of the world for decades. The inner foil layer protects cigarettes from moisture and helps preserve freshness from the moment of packing until the pack is opened. Soft pack folding techniques have remained largely unchanged for generations, valued for their simple, flexible, pocket-friendly form. The rigid flip-top hard-pack design, now common worldwide, was a packaging innovation aimed at better protecting cigarettes from crushing. Outer label printing must align with extreme precision, as even a slight misalignment is immediately visible to the consumer on the shelf. Cellophane overwrap provides an additional moisture barrier and gives the finished pack its characteristic crisp, glossy retail appearance. The small red tear tape strip gives consumers an easy, clean way to remove the outer cellophane wrap without tearing the pack beneath. Cartons typically hold 10 individual packs, a standard wholesale unit that streamlines later distribution and retail stocking. Carton loading at industrial scale relies on consistent pack dimensions established earlier in the line, ensuring every sleeve fills perfectly. Automated end sealing can close hundreds of cartons per minute, the glue setting almost instantly under production line conditions. Batch coding allows every carton to be traced back to its exact production line and date, an essential part of factory quality systems. Robotic palletizing arms can stack cartons with millimeter precision, building stable layered pallets far faster than manual stacking ever could. Tightly interlocked pallet stacking patterns prevent shifting during transport, protecting cartons across long-distance shipping routes. Stretch wrapping a finished pallet in spiraling film locks every carton in place as a single secure unit ready for transport. Finished goods warehouses hold completed product temporarily, balancing factory output against fluctuating regional distribution demand. Coordinated loading bay operations can fill an entire fleet of distribution trucks within a single shift during peak shipping periods. From farm to finished pack, the full production journey inside a single factory can take several weeks before a single truck ever departs. Regional distribution warehouses act as the final large-scale waypoint before a product is broken down into smaller shipments for individual retailers. The complete journey from a single tobacco seed to a finished pack on a store shelf can span several months and pass through dozens of precise mechanical stages.